All right, I'm in my car, just making a little pit stop. I've had some coaching calls this week around motivation and most people want to change at least one thing in their life, or they want to strive for a goal. But we can all agree that it can be challenging, right, to find the motivation to just even start. So I want to break it down today. I want to look at what is even motivation? What does it stand for? And motivation is honestly the drive to achieve your goals or needs. Like, what is it that you want? Then all of the follow through with the motivation truly depends on how much you want the goal and how strong your why is. So why do you want what you want? So when you look at wanting it, then looking at what you will gain once you actually achieve the goal, like what does the end result look like? Then we can take a look at why motivation, why is motivation important to your success? Why is it? Because we need it to follow through, right? Because it provides you with goals to work towards. That's exciting. If you don't like where you are, you can always change it. I love the quote of the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. It's like when we complain, then you have to do something different, right? If your body is calling for something different, let's change. And motivation does that. It helps you change the habits, and conversely also helps with challenges and opportunities that have yet come into your life. Within my coaching practice, a lot of my clients ask me how they can get motivated. So I wanted to break it down today. I thought this would be a good little piece to put out into the universe. And it's not new news, honestly, that most people struggle with motivation. And it's even more challenging for some, especially if they do suffer from depression or seasonal affective disorder or even higher than normal anxiety. Here are some of my tips. First, I think set yourself one specific achievable goal. Make it a stretch goal, but don't stretch too far that you know you will not follow through with it. Think about how to include that goal in your daily life, what you specifically need to do to make it happen, and then put a time frame on it. Like, I want to complete this by X date. Break it down. Once you choose the date, then break your goal down into small, easy tasks, and then set regular reminders for yourself. I love this essentially. Like, you break it down into small, manageable tasks every day so you don't set yourself up for failure. Use your family, your friends, hire a coach, have a mentor, create the support that you need, and tell them, be honest, say, these are my goals, and I would love for you to encourage me to help to keep me motivated and also accountable for what I want. Okay, so let's switch it for a moment. Let's look at ways that you can continue to keep yourself, once you have the motivation and you figure out the goal, on track, right? So first, what you want to do is you want to make sure that the goal is part of your daily routine. So you can incorporate this in so many ways. Some of my clients, I have them use journals. They use apps for reminders, like my virtual online personal training. All of my clients know that I see them, especially when they miss a workout. I see them. So create accountability, because your ego will want to keep you nice and comfy and cozy in your comfort zone. It doesn't love change. It doesn't want change most of the time. Use positive self-talk. This is important, especially, as I mentioned before, if you experience seasonal affective disorder, depression, or anxiety. And then use a time frame instead of saying or use a reframe rather. Instead of saying something like, I can't do it, how about let me try, or I can do it? It's so much more empowering, wouldn't you agree? Using mindfulness, because it helps keep you relaxed and focused. And join a class or hire a coach or a mentor or a personal trainer, as I mentioned above. Acknowledge and reward yourself. This is important. When you have succeeded, no matter how small that goal is that you attained, you have to celebrate it. Acknowledge yourself for it. Okay, so let's switch gears. Let's look at ways to keep you motivated, because a lot of my clients ask me this. Well, how do I stay motivated, Angie? Here are some of my top tips. My arm was getting tired. I would honestly every single week review your goals and look at your progress. Seeing progress is a great motivator, and it also helps improve your self-esteem. So when you attain your goal, it's time to set a new one. It's time to level up. So continue each week, or when you attain that goal, to set another goal. Think about what you want to achieve next week, next month, and maybe next year, and then break them down into small, actionable steps so you don't feel completely overwhelmed and just throw in the towel. Slow and steady always wins the race here. Keep the momentum up. When you look at momentum and motivation, guys, it takes 3 months to develop a new habit. This is why when I first start my coaching with my clients, we do a 90-day intensive program specific to their needs and their lifestyle. It takes 90 days, so small, manageable, actionable steps. What this does after 3 months is with developing this habit, is it continues to develop that momentum and the routine so that it just becomes more automatic over time. Like, you just start doing it. Find mentors. A mentor is someone who is just experienced in the habit that you want to change. Get the support that you need. Clear the outside noise around you. Look to surround yourself, this is so important, with positive people around you. So choose positive friends and family who support you no matter what, instead of the people that are trying to sabotage your success when you say you want to achieve X. Use exercise as one of your daily goals to just improve your mental health overall. Go for a 10-minute walk. Start small. Movement to me is medicine, just like food. Now let's look at what to do. Let's look at what to do if you lose momentum or your motivation. I'm switching hands because it's getting tired. I hate to break it to you, but setbacks are completely normal, so please stop beating yourself up about it. Let's try to focus on, which is so much more empowering, the resilience, so that you can get back up. Like, focus on the good, carry on the good, and pick up where you left off. Find the resilience. Just a few of my last tips around the motivation again. So let's recap. So take a peek at your goals and see if they are truly realistic within the time frame that you have set for yourself. Look at that and be realistic with it. You may need to break your goal down into further, smaller, even more achievable action steps. But that's not failure. It's setting yourself up for success. Remember your why. Why did you set this goal? Why do you want it in the first place? And what motivated you to actually write that on paper? So instead of watching others, like on Instagram or Facebook, wherever it might be, work on stop shaming yourself for not following through or doing what someone else is doing. Take that motivation that maybe someone else is doing and allow it to inspire you to step into that goal. And sometimes you just need to take a break and start new. Sometimes you need a little reset, almost like you're going to slow down to speed up, right? I hope some of these tips have helped you with motivation, and maybe you got a couple of gold nuggets or pieces for yourself to work on follow through. But whatever it is, don't give up.